Good evening, and welcome to our first live edition in 3 weeks here on Sports Live. I think it's been 3 weeks.
Something like that.
It's been like 3 weeks. I am your host, Zach Cully, of course, with my, one co-host tonight, Mr. Tyler Meyer over there in the box again.
And it's a shocker with me being here. Normally I'm the one gone.
Yeah, Mondays were your days that you were gone. It's like, whew. Yeah, but it's been different, man. It's weird sitting here. We had the snowstorm 2 weeks ago.
We had
We had snowstorm and then we had President's Day.
Yep.
So, yeah, kind of a weird couple weeks, but we should be. I think we're good the rest of the way. Besides, 2 weeks from now we'll have spring break, so we'll be off there. And other than that, we'll be we'll be on the rest of the way. So. Let's get this rolling tune on the road.
Rolling tune?
I don't know. I just made something up.
What was that all about?
I don't know. I just made something up. I don't know.
You're starting to pull a me here.
I'm pulling a Sharon.
Pulling a Sharon.
Pulling a Sharon.
Well, anyway. Oh, in exclamation points, we are back. Sports Live for February 22nd. 2016.
Can't believe it's already the end of February.
Oh, it's crazy. Before you know
the weather is great out there. I mean,
before you know it, Twins will be on TV. We'll be hitting golf clubs or golf balls.
We're hitting golf balls. I'm not hitting one. You can go out and hit golf clubs all you want. You can. I'm gonna be hitting golf balls.
Swinging golf clubs is what
I was gonna say. If you're hitting golf clubs, I hope they're cheap.
But anyway, from 8 to 8:30, we got our sports headlines. We got a couple weeks of sports headlines, actually.
Yeah, we've been gone, so we're gonna kind of review some stuff that we haven't really got to talk about.
Yeah, we got from 9:30 or 8:30 to 9. Woof. We got the Twins Weekly. I'm gonna preview.
You're gonna preview a lot of stuff.
Preview a couple different things.
Things.
And then from 9 to 9:30. We're going to get through this PGA Tour Weekly thing.
Well, I put this down before I knew Nick wasn't going to be here, so I'll talk about the golf. So PGA Tour Weekly.
Well, I do have a couple stories about, I think, one or two.
Well, I'll talk. It's more just tournament weekly. Usually that's me and Nick doing that together, but, we got an empty seat over there, so no Nick. So I'll recap that, and then we'll also talk some NCAA basketball and kind of look what we're looking at.
And then, we have our... New segment we're gonna kind of add. It's gonna be
without Nick though. It hurts.
Yeah,
it hurts, man.
What did you say about?
Huh?
How many players were you gonna name a week?
I don't know, but we have 90 players to go through.
Okay.
So hopefully we can get through enough to where most of them aren't.
Maybe we can do 30, and then
get through as many as possible before they're all picked up.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
Our projections don't mean crap anymore at that.
It's gonna be the NFL free agent wagon wheel. As you call
wagon wheel.
Just add a little spice to it instead of just wheel.
I just didn't know how to spell carousel, so I put wheel.
Okay, but anyway, phone number to call in is 507-537-6350. Again, 507-537-6350. If you'd like to call in, talk about anything sports related. Anything that we missed, anything that we're talking about.
We haven't been here for 3 weeks. We missed a lot.
Exactly.
Gee, last time we were on, we made... No, actually, I shouldn't say we, because you were gone, but we made Super Bowl picks at that point. That's how long ago that was.
And I do want to say that
You didn't beat me. We don't need to discuss it. You didn't beat me.
But anyway, on to...
That's how long it's been.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway...
Nah, you got all the papers there, because I told you to do it because I had homework to do.
So?
Sitting in front of a computer screen for 2 hours is homework, I guess.
On to sports headlines number 1.
What's number 1? I don't know any of these. Usually I like to hear, but tonight I figured maybe I want to just go blind into this.
The Cleveland Browns are leaning towards drafting North Dakota State University quarterback Carson Wentz in the 2016 NFL Draft. Zach, is that a smart move for Cleveland, and does it end their quarterback woes?
Absolutely a terrible move.
Terrible?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it, and my buddy that's a good, big, huge Cleveland guy would go nuts because he hates it too. I don't like any of the quarterbacks in the draft, really, this year.
Yeah.
But I guess if you got to go with one, you go with Goff. I mean,
yeah.
The guy is not really a big-time quarterback, but he's pro-ready.
Yeah, and the thing about that,
And Wentz he's played 1 year at quarterback.
yeah. In Cleveland,
Cleveland needs more than a freaking quarterback. They need a team. They need a GM. They do got a coach now.
The thing about Cleveland
It's
is
just Cleveland.
they just can never find a quarterback. Like, they're so desperate, they jump at whatever quarterback, a.k.a. Johnny Manziel.
The Vikings were going to take him or talking to take him.
But there's a difference, though. If Manziel would have came to Minnesota, he would have been able to exceed. He would have.
Okay, but he still would drink. He'd still do the drugs.
I
He'd
don't
still
know
do all
about
that
that.
partying.
Honestly, I don't.
Why don't
know.
we not go there? Because it's not going to happen.
No, I know.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But
they've
anyway,
done that bandwagon. They've hopped on a lot of wagons, though.
Yeah.
20. What are they up to? 22 quarterbacks in the last 10 years?
Something like that.
They haven't had a good
And
Tim Del or Troy Dilfer was on there.
Trent Dilfer.
Or Trent Detroit. Whatever his name is. He did win a Super Bowl, though.
Not with Cleveland.
No. No. Maybe they did win a Super Bowl. I didn't know it, and they got banned or something like that.
But there are reports out there that the Browns could also make a run at Kirk Cousins if he hits the free agent market, which I don't know how that's going to play out.
And we'll get more into our projections at that whenever you guys decide to pick that number. But I have a little feeling that Kirk Cousins is. I mean, someone's going to go out and just start bidding.
Yes.
If it's not Houston,
but
Washington, they're going to go into a bidding war.
I have a funny feeling, though, that this ain't going to pick up until next season because I feel the Redskins are going to place that franchise tag.
They might not. They might not have a choice.
I don't think they're going to. They
don't want to lose
to
him.
let him go.
Heck no.
No.
Not when you got him and Jordan Reed.
Yeah, that's
best tandem
that's
tight
scary.
end.
Gronk and Brady.
Okay, second best. hey, Reed's getting up there.
He is
getting up there.
But anyway,
I always support my Gators.
You and your Gators.
Hey, they still win.
All they
got
do
the
is
bling.
win.
Got the bling.
No matter what. But anyway, Cowboys are not interested in RG3.
Well, I read they're not. It's not that they're not interested. It just doesn't fit their scheme.
Is that a good move for them to stay away, or do they need a solid backup for Tony Romo?
They need more than a backup for Tony. They need about 10 guys in line after he gets hurt.
But the thing I don't understand is
it's Jerry Jones. I've never really liked Jerry Jones.
I've never ruled out anything with him either. But the thing is I don't understand how Romo can get hurt that much. His line is one of the best, probably the best line in the league.
The problem is the way he gets sacked. That's, I think, the big problem. He gets hit awkwardly, and I mean, I wasted my time picking him up for fantasy football, and I know I won't make that mistake again. Granted, I did win when he was in there, so it was that worked out. He was in there, but I just don't know with him. I just don't know what he's gonna do. I just don't know when you take a quarterback if you're Dallas, not Denver. If you're Dallas, because you got the number 4 pick, do you go out and you get a quarterback then, or do you wait?
I don't.
That's what we'll find out in the next beautiful month.
I think Dallas, honestly, what they need is another wide receiver.
No, you really want to know what they need is they need another ankle that's even more healthier for a Dez Bryant.
That too.
They just need to wrap him up in bubble wrap.
I can spare one. That way I can
yours isn't really healthy either, so I wouldn't go.
That way I can cement my legacy in the NFL. Hey, Dez, here you go. Hey, he's running on my ankle.
Cement your legacy in the NFL. I wouldn't want to cement my legacy like that.
And then maybe I could get on these party buses with Jerry Jones.
I wouldn't want to be on one with Jerry Jones. You could be okay, fine. You could be on a party bus with Jerry Jones. I'm gonna be on a party bus with Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah. I seen a report that's kind of
I don't really
disturbing about that.
Gronk has the ladies, baby. That's all that matters.
He offered a couple $10,000 to make love in front of everybody, but it was more than just the love part.
Love is a burning thing.
The love boat.
If Rob Gronkowski walked up to me and if I had a wife and he said to make love for $90,000, I would start tearing her clothes off and I'd be going.
The question for you, Zach, is
I'll never get married. Don't worry.
You just said if. That's the big if.
There's an if to it, but I'm telling you, if he threw out 90 grand. I don't care if Rob Gronkowski's staring either. I don't care. It's Gronk. It might get a little too freaky if he gets too close, though.
Yeah. Oh, top safety in the NFL? Maybe. Is it worth it? Maybe. But anyway, the Eagles signed safety Malcolm Jenkins to a long-term contract, 5 years, $40.5 million. You think that's worth top safety money? Or do you think Harrison Smith, on that standpoint, is going to receive more than that?
Well, Jenkins is about what they have in that defense. They needed to re-sign him. But is he worth the money? I mean, yes. There are not many good safeties out there. There are great safeties out there anymore. You got to take what you have and keep it. And Harrison will get more.
What do you
by a long shot?
5 year, $55 million, or
for Harrison?
Yeah,
5 year, 125.
You think he's gonna get that much?
Top safety money? Oh yeah.
Oh.
There's gonna be a lot of it'll be between about 75 and 125. I'm going top dog. That's if they throw money out. But you just never know.
Yep.
Especially with Rick Spielman.
They're gonna have the money to spend too, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Does Harrison maybe take the hometown discount to help get more?
What hometown? He's not from here.
Well, he got drafted, but
hometown discount. You'd find a college or it'd be like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but it still classifies.
It classifies. It just classifies.
But Dallas Mavericks signed David Lee to a 1 year, $2.1 million.
In reality, it's like a 5-month deal, but
yeah, is that a good pickup for Dallas?
Yes, they need one. They need a big guy. David Lee can be worth it.
Him and Dirk.
Like Dirk.
Even though he's almost past his prime.
Almost, he's been past his prime. He was just lucky to win another ring.
Yeah.
He's past his prime. He's
yeah,
like 37.
I like the move.
Well, when you can get a guy that cheap that he had like a $20-some million.
Cheap?
That's cheap.
$2.1 million for 5 months?
6 months, something. Yeah, but it's cheap. He had like $20 million on his.
Well, yeah,
thing.
That's true. Golden State Warriors signed Anderson Varejao. Does he have even a role with the team?
Yeah. The role is to shove it back to Cleveland because that's pretty much what it is. Oh, yeah. Cleveland, you trade me. I'm going to knock out. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to go get my ring. Ha, 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 ha. That's exactly what he's doing. Does he have a role? Yes. He's a big man. They need big men. Well, you thought that was funny.
That is pretty funny.
Oh, wow. You actually laugh at something I say.
Well.
Unbelievable.
Going back to Dallas.
Is that all you... Are we like Dallas people now? Why am I wearing sweatshirts and pants in if we're Dallas people?
Cowboy... This is kind of funny.
Is that all you're finding Dallas? I know Dallas is in the news a lot, but...
Cowboys defensive end Randy Gregory suspended 4 games. The joke about this is he's failed more drug tests with 4 than he got sacks all of last season.
He had none.
But boom, he had none, exactly.
The guy failed drug tests in college, man.
Yep.
It's not a surprisement.
That's terrible.
But you want to know a joke?
What's that?
Alabama won more games on their home field than Dallas did. 2-1.
Funny.
I don't think they won another one, Ollie, if I recall.
I don't think so.
You got another Dallas one you want to...
Nope, I don't. I got well, actually, not St. Louis anymore.
Yeah, don't be saying St. Louis. I won't be able to do that. I'll be still writing down STL in my football that I do. I'll still be writing it down because I'm not going to get used to this.
The Los Angeles Rams cut defensive end Chris Long, linebacker James Laurinaitis, and tight end Jared Cook, freeing up $24.8 million. Good move, bad move, or do the LA Rams just need to now move out of LA?
Well, they're not going to leave L.A., I'm sorry. I mean, I know I know St. Louis people would like that, but no. It's a good move because he got money to spend now.
That's true.
Sign the same
But
guys that are.
The question is, are they going to spend it?
I don't know. Do I look like the GM of the LA Rams?
No.
No. So I don't-
You said
I don't know.
L.A.
I did say LA
Good
actually.
job. Proud of you.
Ooh. Oh, I need to give myself a clap. Give myself a clap for that. I don't know. It'll be question because it'll be them, Jacksonville. Who else is up there with money? I think those are the two main teams that'll be up there with money. They need a lot. They need a quarterback, couple wide receivers, and then an offensive line to help Gurley. Well, Gurley just ran like a beast last year, so
True.
who knows? Who knows what they'll do? We'll find out in the next, 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
We'll be pressed on that pretty hard.
Well, another somewhat shocking retirement, I guess.
Who's all retiring now?
Steelers tight end Heath Miller announced he's going to retire.
I just had to do that because that's what they do. I know I just hurt my ears.
Is that more of a shock to you than me, or is that just?
Is it a shocker? I don't know. I loved Heath. I used him as fantasy tight end for a while.
I did too, and it just.
But
I don't.
It sounds like D'Angelo Williams is trying to get him to come back another year.
Is he really?
Yeah, he wants to. I don't know. I liked Heath. Heath was one of those classy players that was always did the right thing. It was Big Ben helped Big Ben a lot. So I don't know. We'll see if he comes back. But if not, he had a great NFL career.
Yep.
And I'll miss the fans saying
Hall of Famer.
Heath.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. I don't know. Questionable.
Okay.
We'll speak of that when that road comes down. Which we won't even be here by that time. But
No.
at some point we'll find that down. If T.O. isn't a Hall of Famer, then he's not.
Yeah. Minnesota Timberwolves are concerned with Andrew Wiggins' work ethic. Does this mean he may be wanting out of Minnesota, realizing they are nowhere close to contending?
Wouldn't shock me. Everybody else has done it. Might as well leave when you can.
Yeah, I don't know. He just
come on. He misses a few shoot-arounds. Big whoop.
He seems like he's sporadic though with the way he plays. He's not consistent enough.
It's Andrew Wiggins, man. He's the greatest player on the Vikings, on the Timberwolves.
Have you ever not heard of the name a cat?
Well,
Carl.
Yes.
Anthony.
I know who you're talking
Towns or the back-to-back NBA slam dunk champion Zach LaVine.
No, Levine's not an all-around player right now.
No, not right now, but he's still pretty dang good.
And so is Karl Anthony Towns is good.
He's
but
great.
Andrew, he's great, much better than he was predicted to be. But no, Andrew Wiggins is the face of that team right now. I'm not worried. Don't worry.
Well, do you have that clip of the NASCAR that I wanted you
that
to
thing
play?
you sent me that I sort of opened up?
That you sort of opened up?
I think I did. I don't recall. I don't know. You send me a bunch of weird stuff, man.
Well, I knew you have your phone that hooks up, so.
And you send it through Facebook. You couldn't just message me it or something.
I know.
Yeah.
But
is there even there's nothing on here?
There's no video?
No.
Well,
no video on here.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just.
No, all it is a thing about it.
There should have been a video.
I don't see no video.
Well, all right, whatever. We'll just continue on with it. Anyway, Martin Truex Jr.'s near win at Daytona 500, nearly a fairy tale ending with Denny Hamlin winning the race, and it was the closest finish in Daytona 500 history.
Would you watch it?
I did not because I was at work, but I always.
Oh, you actually work.
Yeah, but I used to be a big Daytona 500 fan. I used to just watch Daytona because of all the crashes, but that's pretty cool. And
you like watching NASCAR?
Yeah,
that puts me to sleep. I still think it's a waste of time.
Surround sound, crank that baby up.
I'm telling you right now, I think Fox is wasting money by having them on.
Surround sound, crank that baby up, and you.
I don't even want to. I hate it. I hate NASCAR to a passion.
Yeah. But
It's so bad, it's boring. All they're doing is left turns. Come on, give me a break.
left turn, left turn. But
Jeez, if John Cena can drive on a track, I think anybody can.
but
Blue
Blue Jays are trying hard to work a three-way trade
Okay, do you have to say it?
for Reds Jay Bruce.
Yeah, we just saw that about 2 hours ago. That's
that-
actually the newest news out of all of that.
Would
yet
that be
so far.
dangerous?
Would it be dangerous just to add more to that lineup?
Him,
Anything's dangerous.
Jose Batista, ooh, baby.
That's it. You got
Well,
Edwin
I was
Encarnacion,
just-
and
Yeah, but
you got the MVP,
yeah, that too.
Jamie Donaldson. You put anybody in that lineup, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
The only problem is they don't have pitching.
Yep.
Something, oddly enough, the Twins actually have.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Kind of.
But the Baltimore Ravens
Ooh, what's going down in Raventown?
are going to discuss reworking contract with quarterback Joe Flacco to help with free agency needs. Didn't they just try to rework his contract last year too?
No, wasn't that Dalton? I think that was Dalton.
No,
that got
maybe
that.
it was-
I don't know. They're reworking that. Yeah, man. The guy tore his ACL, and again, I lost him in fantasy football. But thank God I did, because the Fitzpatrick train, and so did Drew Brees came along.
Yeah.
And we know what the ending of the story was. We are the champions. Yes. Okay.
Jose Batista on Blue Jays contract.
Now we're jumping. Why didn't you just do that?
I don't believe in a hometown discount. Does that mean he will be gone if no deal is reached?
Heck yeah, I'd leave Toronto. You nuts?
After that, all that star power there?
Heck yeah. You leave there, you go to Boston, you go to New York.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
even
true.
say what I think you'll say. No, he's not coming here. Yes, we're in a need for a right fielder, but no.
Sano might, he might, even though he's been turned around a lot, I don't know, he might.
No, I'm just saying there's no Batista to Minnesota. None.
No,
Oh, thank you.
I didn't even
Thank
think
you.
about it.
Okay. Maybe Kansas City.
Well,
That'd be deadly.
oh, God. Things are getting interesting in Boston.
We talking the Red Sox?
Yes.
Ooh.
Pablo Sandoval. Wait.
What? What'd you say?
Pablo Sandoval, or however you pronounce his last name.
And you want to be a sports broadcaster and you don't even know how to pronounce his name.
He's like I don't know.
He was an MVP when they beat the Tigers. When Justin Verlander had his ridiculous year, he hit 3
Yeah.
home runs off him in one game. It's
Justin.
Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah, that's his name.
Well, you could have just said Pablo Sanchez, too.
Says his weight is not an issue according to Red Sox president Dave Dombrowski.
Dombrowski.
That dude looked like a freight train or a big donut rolling an elephant. I don't know if you've seen the picture of him throwing in the outfield,
I've
but
seen
his
no.
belly hanged halfway to the ground.
It looks like you.
It does, but
Except yours is a little farther to the
times
ground.
12.
Times 12 from you? I think you're...
No, from him.
I was
It
gonna
made
say.
me look good.
Well, yours is hanging to the ground and rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
But, no, he always looks like he's out of shape. But
No, but this, I don't know if you've seen the picture.
Oh, I've seen the
Oh,
pictures.
He,
It was worse last
He
year.
looks like an elephant.
Who cares as long as he hits 25 and 110? That's all that matters. And
Well-
Paul would agree.
The Jets
Oh,
released cornerback Antonio Cromartie.
Well, you can at least say his name.
11 months after inking a 4-year deal, how is he going to pay for all his kids?
I don't know. Welfare.
What was it, 11?
Well, you're almost there, so you should know.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's 11 kids. Oh, he's got welfare, and he's got whatever. What is that stuff now that they use?
The insurance policy?
No, they use a Hy-Vee. I can't think what they call it. Now I'm blanking out.
They use it at IV.
Yeah, they use there's these things where you get like
Food stamps?
sort of like a food stamp. Yeah.
EBT?
Sort of like EBT.
That helps.
It's like well, there we go. Wick. He'll use Wick. He'll be eating creamy rice. IV brand creamy rice. Got to feed those children somehow,
Well, anyway,
or just start cutting the dog up.
long time
That'll last.
shortstop Jimmy Rollins
Jim A's coming to the AL Central.
Signs with the Chicago White Sox.
Beam down, baby.
But there's one catch. He says he wants to be an everyday shortstop.
Yeah, no, they need a shortstop.
Can he be everyday
Heck
at age
yeah.
36?
My dad could play at the age of 52 right now. Yeah, he could play.
Well, this one's for you, Zach.
What? What's going on now?
Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. I love
Watson.
me some Bubba. We'll be talking about more about Bubba coming up later.
He's red. Did you know that?
Okay, did we have to really talk about the kidney stone he passed?
Yep. He passed the kidney stone, and he still wins the tournament.
We'll talk about winning later, but... Oh, I read that article. It was a little gruesome for me. I don't need to know what his peeing lifestyle is. I already know how he hits the golf ball. I don't even know his peeing lifestyle. We'll get to that. We'll talk about Bubba and his win and multiple tournaments that we've missed. So, oh, that's all?
Yep, that's all.
I thought you said you had like two golf stories. I thought you said.
I thought I did, but
You liar. You lie. Well, that was good. Good. Got pretty much half an hour. Not bad.
yeah,
A lot of stories
coming
there.
from me.
That's true. Coming from you, of all people. This guy actually knows how to do math, people, by the way. He actually knows how to find someone's batting average. It only took him 22 years to figure that out. But you still don't know how to do slugging percentage. Come on, man. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why you get paid the big bucks here, bud.
That's true. You got that right. You're just a sidewinder that gets paid about $2 an hour.
Oh, it's $2.50. Get it right.
Was it $2.50?
Yeah, it's $2.50. Come on now.
Oh, I thought I put $2.25 in the contract.
$2.25. I got a 25-cent raise for covering almost 30 minutes. That was the goal.
Oh, my. All right, we're going to take a music break and then have our commercials, then PSAs, and we'll come back with the weather. And then when we come back, I believe we're talking... Oh, yeah, it's Tyler's segment. That's what we're talking. We got Twins Weekly with Tyler Meyer coming up after our long break. So you've been listening to Sports Live on Mustang Radio.
Are you an African-American student at Southwest Minnesota State University looking for a club where you can share the same academic, social, and economic goals? SMSU's Black Student Union facilitates these goals and more. The club aims to create a harmonious and inclusive environment for SMSU African-American students. The Black Student Union also works to eliminate the problems that are relative to African-American students. The Black Student Union meets every Tuesday at 6:30 in Commons East. So join the SMSU Black Student Union and experience an organization with a purpose. Do you want to host a radio show? Do you want to be a future TV anchor? Do you want to be a sportscaster or broadcaster? If you said yes, then the SMSU Media Club is for you. The possibilities are endless. The SMSU Media Club is involved in the biggest events not only here at Southwest Minnesota State University, but in the Marshall community as well. The Media Club covers the homecoming parade, SMSU sporting events, and daily radio shows. The SMSU Media Club meets every other Wednesday in the BA 166. For more information, email the SMSU Media staff at smsu.media@gmail.com. Come be part of something special today. And now, over to our back-to-part-time meteorologist, Zach, the showman, Huntley.
Oh, it'd be Zach the Hitman Huntley. I'll do Brett the Hitman Hartzile. All right, weather here right now in Marshall. It is cloudy and 33 degrees with a low of 31. Feels like 28th. Nice light southeast wind. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 37, a low of 24. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 32, a low of 24. For Thursday, cloudy and really windy again. Figure that. 29 and a low of 23. For Friday, partly cloudy and a high of 37, a low of 34. Saturday, sunny skies, a high of 42 and a low of 26. Then the cold comes back. Wintry mix and wind for Sunday out of the north. And a high of 29, a low of a breezy cold 10 degrees. So it's going to be cold. So
Burr.
Yeah, Going to be cold, and then it looks like it's going to warm up again. So that'll be fun. So, time for Twins Weekly with Tyler Meyer. Figured I had to throw out that old style.
Might as well.
The old style Twins.
Well, I got you 5 problems that
Oh,
Twins
this is
have.
yours, so what do you got me 5 problems? Your 5 problems, not mine. It's your segment.
5 problems heading in Twins spring training.
Is one of them they hired you?
No.
Dang. Wish that was one.
Me too. But
wow, you burned yourself on that one.
Yep. But in an offseason that saw situational left-handers cash in on the free agent market, the Twins took a pass on the likes of Tony Sipp, who re-signed with the Houston Astros for 3 years and $19.5 million. Instead,
that's cheap.
it is. Instead, general manager Terry Ryan chose to let Brian Dunsing leave after 11 years in the organization while signing a handful of lefty relievers to minor league deals. That list included Fernando Abad, coming off a down year with the Oakland A's, along with Buddy Boshers, Dan Runziller, and Aaron Thompson. Durable starter Taylor Rogers, who threatened the 200-inning mark last year at AAA Rochester, and the Arizona Fall League will be given a chance to make a successful conversation to the bullpen. Rogers, which is a former 11th-round pick, has dominated lefties in the Twins system. There is also holdover for Ryan O'Rourke, waiver claim Mike Strong out of Stillwater High School, and swingman Logan Darnell. Veteran reliever Near Kotz, who gave the Twins bullpen a boost down the stretch last season, also remains unsigned. Do you feel that we have enough relievers
Yeah.
to help us make the push?
Do we have enough relievers? Heck no. They need me. Give me a call. You know my cell phone number, Terry Ryan.
We need to go out and get Neil Kotz back.
You need a lot more than that.
But
You need a left-hander. They
That
don't
too.
have a left-hander. I don't like Brian Dunsing anyway. He was
Me
kind of a
neither.
dead horse of a guy. But they need a left-hander. Just find somebody.
yeah,
Anybody that can throw left-handed.
that too.
Not you.
I can't either.
You just said I can't either. I said
I
not
can't.
I said not you.
Yeah,
And you said I can't either.
I can't anyway. Whatever. The Park effect. At age 29, Park was ready for a new challenge after bashing a combined 105 homers in the past 2 seasons in the Korean baseball organization.
I do that on a daily basis.
The question is, how long will it take him to make an immediate impact to adjustment to the big league pitching?
Not long at all.
And it should help that
I
Park
thought you were asking me the question. I saw you were reading off a script.
And it should help that Park headed straight for Fort Myers after a popular turn at Winterfest. Strikeouts could be an issue, but the Twins will gladly put up with the 30% strikeout rate if Park can hit 20 to 25 homers and help them replace the power they lost with Torrey Hunter's retirement. But yeah, Torrey Hunter. Power. Park.
Power.
MVP?
No.
No.
That's
Okay.
too much, man. That's just as bad as you seeing Kevin Durant coming to Minnesota.
But the right stuff. Speaking of Hunter,
Okay.
who will we place him in right field?
Miguel Sano.
Yes, I know that.
Well, stop reading off a script. I know
But
that too.
will Miguel Sano hold that down? Will he be the guy?
Who can't play right field?
Who can't?
Yeah, I could play right field.
but
I'm slow.
Sano is a bigger guy.
He's quicker than I am, and I can play right field.
Are you sure he's bigger or quicker than you?
Yeah, I've seen him run. He's much faster.
But anyway,
I'm slow. You've never seen me run. I'm slow.
with Sano going out the right, it's going to help with Hunter as he's going to arrive in Fort Myers February 26th for a 10-day stint as a special instructor.
Yeah, until he decides to sign a 1-year contract again.
He's done.
You surprised what things can happen.
Yeah, I just, with me talking with Hunter, he's done. Coming off of a standout debut season, the 263-pound Sano will have to guard against taking his glove into the batter's box. What do you have for Sano out in right field?
As long as he hits 120 or he hits 35 and 120, I don't care. That's all that matters. I don't care defensively. Just let the ball hit the wall, grab it, and throw it in. You don't need to go making diving catches.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. You might need to a couple occasions.
Fine, run into the wall. You'll just tear it down anyway. Actually, you don't need to because you got... Oh, who isn't? You got Buxton in center. That guy can run from the center field to right field corner. What are you worried about?
But
he took over Hunter a couple times there.
Yeah.
Really? Or you got Rosario if he's playing center. They can get there. I'm not worried. As I said, all he hits is 35 or 40 and 120. I'm happy.
Yep.
That's all that matters to me.
But speaking of Byron,
I'm an offensive guy.
Speaking of Byron Buxton, does he get over that hump? Barely retained his rookie eligibility after an uneven big league debut that included a 6-week absence with a sprained thumb. That means
because he slid into second wrong.
That's clearly the Twins' best case scenario is having him out in center, but they won't rush things if Buxton 22 doesn't look ready to be the man on opening day. The biggest thing for Buxton is staying healthy. And correct me if I am wrong, staying healthy is the key for the Minnesota Twins this year. Got to stay healthy.
That's only your key. That's your key. That's every year.
Well, if not, your fallback options, like you noted, was Eddie Rosario, who could shift over from left along with old friends Joe Benson and Darren Mastrani. From big league and former big leaguer Ryan Sweeney making a comeback at age 31.
What did you say, Darren Mastrani?
Or how Mastroani or something like that.
Unbelievable, man. You botched so many names.
Well,
Mastrani.
Yeah.
Mastroani, something like that.
Yeah, I butcher.
At least I'm close.
All right, the last and final question heading into spring training. What is going to happen with Ricky Nolasco?
Send him on his way back to L.A. No, I don't know.
The Twins signed him to a 4-year, $49 million guarantee after the 2013 season. But he has not lived up to his expectations.
Well, he's been hurt.
What does he do? What does he got to do to get over that hump and regain Cy Young caliber that he has?
Cy Young, what are you talking about? Are you like drunk this evening or something?
Nolasco, when he's on his A game,
there was no Cy Young numbers in that guy's arm.
There is. You just
can't reach 150 innings.
You got to look deeper.
What do I need to go inside of him in his heart or something? Find something in there? No, he'll be a reliever, if that.
Yeah.
Might as well trade him.
His primary competition is young right-hander Tyler Duffy.
Doof.
Who opened eyes with a star turned down the stretch, and lefty Tommy Malone.
I love myself some Malone.
Well, those are the 5 questions heading into spring training.
Nice.
Well, why don't we talk about some important dates?
There's important dates?
Yep. Today was the first official workouts for pitchers and catchers. February 26th.
It was?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
No, I doubt it.
February 26th is reporting date for position players.
Which most of them will be there, today.
February 27th, first official full squad workouts. March 2nd, first official twin spring training game versus the Boston Red Sox.
Beantown.
March 16th is the last day
But no one cares about that because it's March Madness.
Psh,
So who cares about that?
is the last day to release player and pay 30-day termination pay instead of 45 days.
Oh, so I can terminate you at the end of March?
Yes,
Good.
I'm gone. Sorry.
Terminating that $2.50 or $2.25 contract.
March 30th.
I need cap space. I'm running out of cap space. Mike.
That's fine.
I signed myself to a 2-year, $200 million deal.
I'll go get a $250 million deal from the Yankees. No big deal.
I don't think the Yankees want a big, scrunchy little guy like you.
Anyway, March 30th is the last day to release a player without having to pay his
Okay,
full
so
2016
I
salary.
gotta write that down. March 30th. So you got till March 2nd.
April 2nd is the final spring training game versus the Washington Nationals.
You were gonna say the Redskins.
I almost did.
Yeah, you were getting ready for the Redskins.
April 4th
It's opening day.
is the day me and you are going to opening day versus the Orioles.
Excuse me?
Oh wait, no, we're not. It's at
I
Baltimore.
mean, you want to take a trip to Baltimore, right? I mean,
April
are you
11th.
paying? Are you paying?
April 11th, we're going though.
Let me check my schedule. I think I'm busy.
Is home opener versus the White Sox.
Monday, we got to do our show.
We could broadcast live from the game
Yeah,
as Joe Mauer strikes out again.
Yeah, live with me with a beer in my hand. Yeah, that's right.
Well,
No.
couple position battles to look at.
Good Lord, you just reading script by script off that thing?
No.
It sure sounds like you get like a monotone going. Jeez.
Well, Kurt Suzuki and the
The
young
Sioux City.
25-year-old that
You call
turns
that
25
young?
in May.
You're going to be like
Sean.
25.
Ryan Murphy.
You're going to be 25.
Wow.
Don't say young, you're old.
Oh my goodness.
I'm young. We're supposed to be
How-
young.
But anyway, with that, how do you feel the time between Kurt and Murphy is going to be split? You think it's going to be 50-50, or do you think Kurt's going to catch more than...
Kurt's the starting catcher. Murphy will be there to back him up unless Kurt doesn't have the 2014 season.
True.
If he has the 2014 season, he stays there. Murphy's young pup.
A young pup.
Well,
Okay.
I can call him a young pup.
But, so you think Kurt will win that?
Kurt's got the job, yes. And
Okay.
Paul Molitor's even said it. Kurt's got the job. It's his. He's the veteran. You give it to him.
Not even if Murphy comes in and just blows spring training out of the water?
I don't really care what John Murphy does. Actually, John's his middle name. No,
Yeah.
John Ryan Murphy,
John
whatever
Ryan.
his name is. Good player, though. He's just a Yankee. Never care much for him.
Anyway, outfield.
We
Rosario.
just talked about outfield.
I know, but Rosario
What
and
more outfield do we need to talk about?
Rosario and Sano
Rosario.
are already penciled in to start in the outfield.
Who's going to play center?
Buxton's a question mark. You could put Arcia in a corner spot.
Good Lord. Yeah, who's playing
Put
center?
Arcia in the corner spot, move Rosario to center.
No.
Or you could have Danny Santana,
Well, Santana can play center.
Ryan Sweeney,
Ryan Sweeney's an old fart. He can't do anything.
with Max Kepler and Adam Brett Walker barring injuries will not be in serious contention to make the roster.
I don't want to even see RC up here. I want to see him gone. I don't like
Yeah.
RC. He's garbage.
He is garbage.
Can't hit, can't field. Or he can't hit anymore. He can't field.
Question for you is the 4th and 5th starters for the pitching.
That's a question for me.
Yeah, who's going to be the 4th and the 5th starter?
Well, you got opening day will be Santana. I feel. Hughes is the 2, Gibson is the 3, Duffy is the 4, Malone is the 5. May stays in the bullpen where he belongs. Nolasco's got a bullpen spot.
You don't think Barrios makes the call?
I said Barrios will be June. And I've said that, and I will keep stating it to you that Barrios will be June. Because of the Chris Bryant contract situation. It's the same thing they dealt with.
Well,
I only told you that 100 times, man.
I don't know. We'll see.
Barrios will not be up. I will bet a lot of money on it. He'll not be there opening day.
They're saying he might start in the bullpen though.
I don't care whatever else. That'll at least give someone out of the bullpen can throw it over 100 miles an hour. Kansas City only has 4 of them.
Yeah, only.
Only.
That's not much.
Yeah, you try to step into a box with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
I'll just lay down a bunt. The ball will go further than my swing would.
Have you tried to bunt with a guy that throws 100?
Yeah, John Trado, MCW.
I did it against a guy.
10th grade, he was throwing at 105. Please tell me I haven't hit off of it.
Couldn't throw it 105.
Yes, he could. I will lay money. He actually was in the minor league system with the Kansas City Royals a couple years ago.
Yeah, I had a coach that threw 100 mile near 100.
And he beat me in the head, so.
Well, now I understand why there's no brain up there. Man, he didn't hit you hard enough.
No, he didn't.
Dang.
I wish it would have been harder.
Why couldn't you hit him hard enough?
My first at bat ever against him was beam right to the head.
Probably on a curveball.
No, it was a fastball, high and tight.
Man, why couldn't that helmet malfunction?
Because I think it was more of a sending a message to me because I posted on Facebook and me and him were friends on Facebook that I was gonna hit a home run off him.
You won't hit a home run off a guy that throws 100.
And he liked it, and then the first at bat, right to the head.
I'd do that too. I'd hit you in the head.
Yep.
Knock you out and say goodbye. You're not hitting no home run off me.
But in other news,
you wouldn't hit a home run anyways. Other news, we're talking Twins and not other news.
Well, in other Twins news, the Twins haven't had any talks with Paul Molitor about a contract extension. They are saying he exceeded expectations in his first year as Major League Manager when he took them to an 83-79 record, almost to the playoffs. They said they're going to wait to see how he does at the end of this season to give him that extension he needs.
Yeah. Not surprising.
Yeah.
He's a young, or not young, but he's a young coach.
Yeah.
Don't give him the money right away.
And the Twins will likely wait to see how their bullpen situation develops in spring training before checking out any free agent relievers.
I'm available, Terry.
Give
me a call. No. I can give him 200 innings. I don't think you could handle 5. That head of yours won't give you 5.
But speaking of heads.
Oh, good Lord, what are heads?
Twin star Joe Mauer.
Twins bust star.
Says his lingering concussion symptoms caused him to have blurred vision.
We would have talked about this about 2 weeks ago.
We would have.
We had a show.
While hitting the past 2 seasons. Says the vision issues were caused by sunlight. Mauer says he will try hitting with sunglasses in an effort to improve his ability to pick up pitches. Does that help him? Or do you think he's just using it as an excuse?
Not using it as an excuse. But trust me, I wore sunglasses in a school.
But for 2 years?
Hey, man. You know, you never know. You figure it'd go away. It didn't go away.
But that's just...
You've made more excuses than you have lived many years, so don't be saying anything about excuses.
I'll make you an excuse. But, yeah. Twins, spring training, set to kick in the full effect here in the next coming days.
Time. Now we're just hoping the snow keeps melting.
Yes. That way we can be golfing. I can be riding my motorcycle.
Oh, gosh. You barely can drive a car.
Oh, I'm good at driving motorcycle.
No.
Yeah. I'm better at driving motorcycle than my car.
That's impossible. You're supposed to be better at a car than a motorcycle.
No, because I had all the years growing up riding my bicycle, so it's the same almost as a motorcycle, except it goes vroom vroom.
Well, we'll be having a funeral on this show then afterwards. I mean... I'm not going to be calling it, so I'm not going to be calling the funeral. I'll have Nick do that.
Okay.
He can be the minister of the funeral.
Interesting. Well, that wraps up the Twins.
You got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes yet.
Well, okay. Well, I guess.
Or we could just do another quick song break.
Well,
It's up to you.
Twins projected roster.
We'll talk more of that when spring training's closer
Okay.
to being done.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll just go to a break then.
Go to a break. All right. We'll take a quick break here. Come back and talk some PGA Tour Weekly. Oh, I know. Oh yeah, you're just so funny over there. Gosh. And then we'll also look at the new top 25 in NCAA basketball and get ready because March Madness is coming close. And we'll also talk about them Gophers.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about them Gophers.
Those Gophers. And I've got a bold prediction that's going to happen.
Oh, good Lord.
So stay tuned, ladies and gents.
Oh, my. You've been listening to Sports Live on Mustang Radio. And, oh, good Lord,
Hello?
you're on the phone now over there. Good Lord, get off the phone. Welcome back to Sports Live here, and we're going to bust out our PGA Tour Weekly. Good about 10 minutes or so on this. Last time we were on, me and Nick discussed the Farmers Insurance Open, which was a very crazy week. But the next week after that, or which should have been the same week as when we did our last show during Super Bowl week, was the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And was that ever an interesting tournament? Ricky Fowler had a heck of a week, had a 2-shot lead going into the 17th, and hit it in the water, and Hideki Matsuyama was able to take the lead on Ricky. Ricky would make birdie on 18 to force a playoff. They then went to a playoff, played, I believe it was 3 playoff holes until Ricky would hit the water again on 17 and would eventually lose the tournament to Hideki Matsuyama. So 2 young guys going at it. Matsuyama with his first win this season. So good win for him, a good finish for Ricky. I mean, a little disappointing that he didn't win, but it was all good for Ricky. So, yeah, that was it. And then this 2 weeks ago, you had the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, one of the best golf tournaments to watch because you have all the amateurs. You had Chris Berman and Justin Timberlake and who else was I can't even recall who else was on there. A lot of amateurs on there, and it turned into a great tournament to watch. Phil Mickelson came into the final round with a 2-stroke lead. He came into the 18th. One behind Von Taylor, who shot a 7-under round. Von Taylor, who had not won a tour event in over 10 years, had the 1-shot lead going into the final round. Phil had a wedge into the hole, which usually means he's going to put it close, puts it within 5 feet. And in, as I call it, typical Phil Mickelson fashion, he misses the 5-footer to go to a playoff. So Phil couldn't get the elusive win. And Von Taylor, for the first time in 10-plus years, wins the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He goes back to Augusta National for the first time in 10 years, or a little over 10 years, and he is an Augusta native, so a very good time for him and a good job by him. And for Phil Mickelson, he still does not have a win lately. Tiger actually has a win lately than Phil does, so that's and Phil's been playing more than Tiger has the last year, so pretty sad. So Phil continues to struggle. Good job for Von Taylor. And then, of course, last week, the Northern Trust Open, and what a week it was. Very tough golf course there at Riviera. A lot of star power at the top of the leaderboard coming into the final round. And Adam Scott and Jason Kokrak were able to get the 14 under. Bubba made Bubba Watson, who, as we talked earlier, or Tyler said earlier, he passed a kidney stone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear about that, but and that was actually last Sunday he did it, so it wasn't like during the tournament. But yeah, those Scott and Kokrak got the 14 under. Rory McIlroy finished at 6 under. He was +4. Bubba was able to birdie 17 and par 18 to win. And as for the number 1 player in the world, well, he shot an 8 over first round. 8 over first round, missed the cut. It was his 13th career missed cuts. So, Tyler, I got a question for you, even though you don't know much about golf.
Yep.
Now, Jordan Spieth, 22 years old, has 13 missed cuts so far. How many cuts has Tiger missed in 20 years as a professional? Take a wild guess. Actually, this would be a good trivia question to use for
8?
It would have been 8 if he didn't,
Really?
It would have been about 8 if he didn't play or if he didn't do what he did the last about 3 years. 15.
Oh, wow.
15 missed cuts in 20 years of golf. He still holds the record for 148 consecutive cuts made. And that's from 1998 to 2005.
Wow, that's crazy.
So in 7 years, he didn't miss a cut. But Jordan Spieth, in 2 years as a professional and number 1 in the world, has missed 13 cuts. Tiger would have about 8 if he didn't, have all these injuries and all that stuff wacky with his game.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that was interesting last 3 weeks of golf. This week is the Honda Classic, which Tiger would normally be at, but he is still injured. Timetable, we do not know. So, but I believe Rory's there again next week. Most of the top guys will be there. Rory, I think Justin Rose will be there. Ricky, I'm guessing, will be there. A lot of top guys because they're playing at a great golf course with one of the toughest final 4 holes, if you can find out there in golf. So it'll be fun to watch yet again. I've only watched every week since it came out. So, great time. We'll be back. Hopefully when Nick's back, we'll talk about next week's tournament. And then coming up soon is the Masters. We're only about a little over 2 months. Just over 2 months.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see if Tiger's back. I doubt it, but you never know.
He's not back. He's done.
Hey, I still think the Masters. But with all these latest reports saying that, he had the setback, but his agent said it's completely false. I don't know what to trust anymore at this point. I need him to come out and say something. That's what I need. I need him to speak. Open your mouth, Tiger. I need you to speak. So that's what we got for golf this week. We'd have a little more if Nick's here, but I'm the only one that's talking to myself about golf because you know nothing about golf.
Nope.
Isn't that right, Tyler?
Exactly. Just like you in hockey.
Well, I think I know more about hockey than you do about golf.
That probably
so
is
I
true.
mean, I can talk a little hockey. I mean, gosh, I'm not like a total.
I won't lie. That's actually probably pretty true.
I'm not a total idiot about hockey. I mean, good Lord, I do know what goals are. At least I know how to say Parisi.
I do too now.
No, after I told you.
Even Matt for the longest time thought differently. So.
Oh Lord.
So I don't feel quite so bad.
Yeah, you never do. All right. So that is PGA Tour Weekly. We'll be back with that next week. And coming up next here in a few seconds, we will be talking a little bit of NCAA basketball. It is NCAA basketball time. We are getting ready to hear this song for 3 weeks because that's what will happen. This song will play repeatedly throughout the entire month March.
The entire month?
Yes, the entire month of March until the beginning of April.
You talking entire?
The entire.
Entire? The whole?
The whole month.
The whole part?
Actually, most of the month, I should say.
31 days?
Okay, not that many days. But, latest polls came out, and we'll go over that here quick. But what a wild NCAA. We haven't talked much, well, we've been gone for 3 weeks, but even before that, we didn't talk much about it. Basketball's been crazy this year. Everybody's losing. There's no dominating team out here. There's just, everybody's going to be number 1 at some point this year, it seems like.
The thing I looked at this year with March Madness.
Scary thought what you're going to say here.
Is there's no team that's the for sure person that's going to walk away with the national championship.
No, there's no team you can't really put
in
a team
recent
out there.
years, you could say, oh my gosh, this Duke team. Oh my gosh, this Kentucky team. Oh my God, this UConn team. Oh my gosh.
UConn's women.
Well,
they've won one in men's, but they're no.
oh my gosh, this Florida team. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, that's been forever, man.
It has,
No,
but-
actually, it hasn't been that long. They made the Final Four for like 6 consecutive years.
Yeah,
or
but
something like
you
that.
look at teams like that, and you're like, those are teams that you knew
Yeah, this year's
by this
different.
time
It's
that was going to
different.
win.
I mean, you've had multiple teams that have been number one. You okay?
Yeah, that's why.
But here's the top
Just-
25 coming
wait.
into this week.
Just wait.
Wait.
With there not being a true big name team, that everybody's like, oh my God, I'm drooling over this. But
of course. It's the
my big prediction here,
no. Don't say.
the Minnesota
Oh,
Golden
Oh
Gophers
gosh.
are going to win the Big Ten tournament and
Oh.
get into the March Madness tournament with less than 10 wins on
Oh
their
my-
regular season
Oh.
schedule.
How much money you want to put on it?
I ain't putting any money on it.
I will literally bet you on air $40. $40.
I got 10.
You got 10?
I got 10.
We'll do $10.
$10.
If they lose the first round like they're most likely going to, I win $10.
Yep.
Okay?
Deal.
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 You heard it right here. $10 on the line. The Gophers will not win just because they beat Maryland for their first win in
They got
3
the
months.
big quality win they needed to excel them. They've been close.
It don't matter.
They almost beat Michigan State earlier in the year.
But it don't matter.
It does matter.
because
It does matter because the team
they
beats
can't do anything.
the team beats a team like Maryland, and you sit there and you're like, wow, we can actually play with the best. Then the next game, you sit there and like, oh, we're playing so and so.
They're playing Rutgers. They'll win 2 more Big Ten games.
We beat Maryland. We can beat Rutgers.
Yeah.
We beat so and so. We can beat.
Because Rutgers is behind Minnesota with 0 wins.
Yeah,
in the Big
so?
Ten. You got to realize the only way they can even play playoff ball is to win the Big Ten.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. They can't make the
That's what I'm
NIT.
saying.
They can't make.
No, they
No.
can't. They can't.
But
that's
they're
why
not
I'm,
going to.
That's why I'm saying they're going to win the Big Ten tournament and get
And
to
you're
that
going to owe
big
me
dance.
$10.
You're gonna owe me 10.
No, you're going to owe me $10.
We'll see, buddy.
Well, you heard it here. We don't even have to shake on it. You heard it
Nope,
live.
you don't even have to shake.
That's live. $10. This dummy says that the Gophers going to win the NCAA tournament, or not NCAA. They're going to win the Big Ten and go to the NCAA tournament. That'd be like the worst team ever to ever make it to the tournament.
Well, it could happen. I've seen crazier stuff happen.
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Besides what happened, what was it, 32 years ago? 33 years ago? 30? Today's,
And we'll see you tomorrow night,
no,
Kirby Puckett.
no, today's the anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That was
You didn't even know that. And you say that I don't know hockey, don't you? Oh, yeah. But back to college basketball. Here's your top 25 coming into week 16. And, of course, it's all changed because everybody loses a lot. So, Texas is number 25. SMU is number 24. However, SMU cannot play in the tournament. Or can't play playoff ball. Notre Dame is at 23. Utah at 22. Texas A&M at 21. Purdue, the Purdue Boilermakers. One of my mom's favorite teams outside of the Gophers. Baylor. I can't even say it. Baylor at 19. Indiana, Yogi Ferrell in Indiana. They're at 18. Iowa State at 17. Kentucky at 16. Duke at 15. West Virginia at 14. Oregon at 13. Miami at 12. Louisville, who cannot play in the tournaments, at 11.
Louisville, who cannot play in the
They
tournament.
cannot play in the tournament. They are ineligible for the postseason.
What did they do again?
They had the prostitution
Oh,
scandal.
yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah, something that, most guys wouldn't care about, especially kids that are 19 years old, 18. They wouldn't care about it. Maryland at 10 after the loss to the Gophers, and the near loss yesterday to Michigan at home. Arizona at 9, Iowa at 8, North Carolina at 7, Michigan State at 6, Xavier at 5, Oklahoma and Virginia both at 3, Kansas at 2, and your number 1 team ranking at this week in Week 16 is Villanova. So, very interesting. It's going to be interesting. We'll have a whole March Madness ordeal here soon, but or soon, yeah, really soon after the tournament. After you give me my $10. And what was that gesture for that? What was that writing you had down there? What was that all about?
I said you suck.
Well, there's a little few more words than that on there. I don't know why I suck. I mean, I'm right. I'm gonna get $10 free, man. I feel good.
We'll see.
What'd Matt tell you?
Well, he asked. Well, I don't know. He asked me if I engaged in some extracurricular activity before the show. And I was like, no.
Wouldn't shock me.
And I'm like,
yeah, I caught you in that broom closet with that chick. Told you not to do it. Come on.
He's like absurd statement after absurd statement.
Yeah,
after
it's
absurd
ridiculous, man. And I'm going to give $10 free. Matt's going to have a free statement on his show, and I'm going to get $10 free. Can't beat it.
Can't beat it. No, you can't.
Let's make it 40.
No, I don't have that kind of money.
100.
No.
Your Xbox and your PlayStation.
No.
You scared? How about your TV?
No.
Yeah, you're scared now because you're like no.
I've already had to buy one TV this year.
Well, yeah, I don't break TVs after week 1 of the NFL season. I just don't. That's just not me.
But oh well, it happens.
But we just know. I mean, you know.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
I just had to play.
I knew that one was coming.
I had to play it. I just had to play it. So we'll have. Wish Nick was here. We could have talked so much more on NCAA basketball.
And so much more golf.
No, we could have done more golf, too. You want to talk some golf or something? What do you want to do?
I can't talk.
You want to start our new segment? We can start that a little early. We can start a little early. Give us some time because I mean, we want to get quite a few in tonight. So
yeah, we could.
Even though Nick, maybe you should text Nick and see if he can call in quick.
I could
do our new segment.
Well,
if not, that's no big deal.
Otherwise, we can even.
But we're gonna start our new segment.
Well, we could take our last break.
Take it early. That's true. You're absolutely right, man. See, guys, he actually knows a little bit of something. I give him less credit than he deserves. Actually, I'm wrong about that. I give him too much credit. We'll find out tomorrow how much credit I give him.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Why tomorrow?
Yeah, because we'll find out if you forget your lines.
Oh, well, you have to get yours down first.
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
Yeah, you've said that.
I'm just like Tom Brady, baby.
You said that, but...
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay, Marshawn Lynch.
I think he actually has that on here. Oh, no, he's got this one on here.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Just about that action. Just about that action. But we will take our final break here and come back with our brand new segment. What did you call it? You made up a new
NFL free agency wagon wheel.
I don't understand the wagon reel, but we'll be back here after a couple commercials, PSAs, and weather, and we'll get into our new segment. You've been listening to Sports Live on Mustang Radio.
Students of Southwest Minnesota State University, do you want to help change the world? How about a club that enables you to help others, help yourself, and boost your resume? Well, look no further than the SMSU Enactus. Enactus is open to all students regardless of major. Joining Enactus is a great way to meet new people and help others. So come see what it's all about. Team meetings are held every Tuesday at noon in the lower level conference room. For more information about Enactus, you can contact Aaron Lang at aaron.lang@smsu.edu. Trying to balance school, work, and a social life can be stressful for any college student. That is why Southwest Minnesota State University has professionals available to help you cope with any problems life throws your way. It's also never too soon to start thinking about your future. Stop by the counseling services, drop off your resume, and get top-notch career counseling to help propel you forward in today's job market. For more information, schedule a free confidential appointment. Go to the SMSU Counseling Services located across from the computer services on the first floor of BA. And now, to our part-time meteorologist, Zach, the Hitman Huntley.
Let's get ready to rumble. No. Okay, I just wanted to do that. Weather for this evening. It is still 33 degrees outside. It's not going to drop much. So 2 more degrees, it's going to drop to 31. Wind's going to stay pretty calm throughout the night. 28 is what it feels like outside. Oopsies, we don't want South Dakota weather. Your forecast for the rest of the week. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 36 and a low of 24. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a high of 32 and a low of 23. For Thursday, cloudy and windy. The high of 29, low of 23. Where's the wind blowing? Out of the north-northwest. Well, no, that'll slow me down. No, because the north wind blows toward the south. Yes. So that'll actually be wind at my back when I go home for my day.
Better gas mileage.
Hey, I know. I like that, though. Get good gas mileage, you get home quicker. So I'll go home for a day and a half. So. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm guessing I'm not. I wish I could go home. I miss home.
I am.
You are?
I am.
I am. I'm not.
Okay. I'm not.
Oh, now you want to read your lines during the live show? Well, let's do our script, right? Live show. No, okay. Other than that, Friday 37, Saturday 42 and sunny. That's our big day, special day, I should say. It's a special day.
Why
It's gonna
special?
be nice. It's just gonna be nice.
Motorcycle weather?
Heck no. It's golfing weather. And then Sunday, wintry mix and wind, a high of 29. And then looking down the road, looks like it's gonna be a quick bounce of cold air, and then kind of march back up to being warm. So
True.
I don't know.
I hope someday we can
Oh gosh, I don't even want to hear. What are you gonna say, man?
golf in March.
I have golfed in March.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
What?
not fun.
I was gonna say, what were you in, like Arizona or something?
No, Minnesota.
Oh.
I've golfed in November
I have too.
with a golf glove on my left hand and a winter glove on my right.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait till we golf because I'm just gonna blow you out of the water.
You will, and I ain't gonna lie.
Even on my worst days, because the funny thing is I can hit left and right into the trees and I'm getting it out, so I'm not worried. I just have a feeling we're going to have you hit off the freaking women's tees and you still won't do any better.
We might have to. Just ask.
Just
Just ask TJ how my golf game is.
now, just remember when we go golfing, you know what the rule is? The men's rule is, if you don't get it past the women's tees, you got to play the rest of the hole with your trousers down.
Yep.
That's the rules.
I've had to do that a couple times.
Oh, gosh. I have a feeling you might be doing it the whole round. I might have to bring blindfolds.
Because a couple times I always take the top half of the ball off instead of the bottom.
I might
half.
be bringing. I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring blindfolders and my sunglasses so I don't see anything. I still beat you on the hole even if I don't know where my golf ball is. All you gotta do is go down about 280 down the left side or right side of the fairway or into the trees. Not a little longer. I don't know. But it's time for that new segment, which I wish Nick was here. You didn't text Nick, did you?
No, he hasn't texted me back.
Oh, you did text him.
Yeah.
Okay. He's probably sleeping then, I'm guessing. Get better, Nick. We need you. I can't deal with this all the time.
Wow.
All right, so our new segment, we're going to do kind of like MLB Network does with their little wheel thing where they'll do a wheel and it'll land on a free agent and then you got to predict where they're going to go. Well, that's what we're going to do. Except you're going to pick a number, and then you pick a number, and whatever number I put on there for that player, that's the player we'll talk about.
1 through 90?
1 through 91 we'll put, because I think I either skipped a number or doubled the number or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Pick a number, any number. Hopefully a good number. Hopefully it's someone we know.
36.
36. Now I'm going to go through a list, because I have no idea. I just randomly put it in there. 36. Let's see here.
Are you crossing them off as we go, too?
Yes, I will cross them
Okay.
off. Actually, I'll put who we put in there. Where's the, there's 34. Oh, 36 must be on the next page. There's 36. Ooh, not a bad one. Not a bad one. Chicago Bears tight end, Zach Miller. Free agent. Let's see, what does it say? Zach Miller came out of nowhere to serve as a reliable target for Jay Cutler in 2015. The problem is that Miller turns 32 in October, so his success figures to be short-lived. For Tyler, where do you think?
Detroit.
You think Detroit?
Yep, they need somebody to back up Ebron.
Ebron?
Ebron.
Oh.
That's what I said.
They got another tight end I thought there too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I have this feeling he's going to stay in Chicago. He's going to stay Chicago. We'll get Knicks later. But I think Chicago because, I mean, why not? You still got Cutler there. Cutler still needs him. You just never know. I think he's going to have to stay there. So, good start. Good start. I like Zach Miller. Good player overall. So, another number, big boy. We might even get through all 90 in one. Maybe we'll get one on the front page. Maybe
what
we'll
about 14?
14 is not on the front page, so it's not a top person. Ooh, I don't even see 14 on the next page. Ooh, this could be ugly. Oh, there's 14. Ooh, might have to look this guy up. Steelers guard Ramon Foster.
Ooh.
Ramon Foster has done a great job of improving his game as he's gone from a passable starter to a strong blocker over the past few years. Foster turned 30 in early January, so he should be able to perform on a high level for about 3 more years.
He'll stay with Pittsburgh just because I don't know anything about him.
You like that? I figure he'll be one of those guys that Pittsburgh will try to keep because why not? You need an offensive line. Why not keep the guard? A lot of times Pittsburgh keeps their guys. They tend not to get rid of them. So I think I've kind of heard of him. Not really. It's not, again, this year's free agent class isn't as strong as the years past, but rack off. We might actually get about 90 of these done tonight.
Right.
All right. Well, who's your next number?
60.
Ooh, 60. Still not another one out of top guys. Dang,
man.
we're never going to get a top guy in here probably tonight. Number 60.
That's fine. We can leave them when we have 3 of them.
Yeah, well, we have 3 of us. Number 60. Did I put 6? Where the heck did I put 6? Maybe 60 is on the front.
Oh, you didn't put them in order?
Or did I forget 60? Maybe that's the one I forgot. No, I didn't put them in order. I put a randomized. No, there's 60. Ooh, another guy I've never heard of. Kansas City Chiefs guard Jeff Allen.
Oh, gross.
26 years old. It was absolutely ridiculous that Andy Reid didn't use Jeff Allen in the first half of the season. It was completely unprofessional on his part. Allen is one of the better guards in the NFL.
Well, then Kansas City, Andy Reid will figure out that he needed to use him, and he'll use him again all season.
So who are you going with?
Huh?
Who are you going with?
I said Kansas City.
No, you're going Kansas City. I'm gonna throw kind of a wild card out here, because I know New Orleans just released their guard, so I'm going to go New Orleans.
Ooh.
I think New Orleans is going to need one. I think this guy, 26, I got to squint to read this thing stuff. 26 years old, I think, New Orleans needs to build up, and I think they can get him at a low rate. If Andy Reid doesn't want to use him, I think New Orleans is a perfect spot for him. You got Drew Brees as your quarterback, you're good. All right, let me get back to the front page again. And by the way, Tyler knows absolutely not which player has which number at all.
Now I'm using a random number generator.
You're using a random number generator? So 19's the next one?
Yep.
19. I'll figure it out. I won't cross them out because I just wrote on them so they'll know. 19. Let's see. Where was 19 at? There's 19. San Diego Chargers cornerback. Actually, I have this guy in football for Madden. He's pretty dang good. Patrick Robinson, cornerback, Chargers, 28 years old. Patrick Robinson has gone through a roller coaster career thus far. He was a first-round pick in 2010 and played well at times, but he struggled enough to get benched in New Orleans. Robinson performed well for the Chargers in 2015.
He'll go back to San Diego.
You got that right. They need defense. He actually is good at it. I think he's got like 15 picks for me. Well, you threw 4 to him that first game, so not bad. I mean, San Diego needs help with defense. We saw that this year. Struggled a lot on defense, so they need some help and might as well keep some guys. Who do you got next?
55.
Hey, we actually got one up on the front page.
Dang it.
Cornerback for the Los Angeles Rams, Janoris Jenkins. Janoris Jenkins is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. He didn't play all that well in 2014 because of lingering knee injury, but he bounced back with a very strong 2015 campaign. Just 27, Jenkins has a very bright future ahead of him. And now here's where we actually have to start thinking.
Oh,
gosh, you're going to go out on some limb, aren't you?
Vikings.
Oh, gosh! Oh! Where's Matt? Matt better be listening.
It's a possibility.
You're going with Minnesota.
We need a corner.
What? What are you, nuts? You know how much this guy's going to cost?
We got money.
New England. They need a cornerback.
Yeah, they do.
I think Jenkins fits well there.
Okay.
At least better fit than Minnesota. And as I text Matt that. Because that is ridiculous, man.
No, it's not.
Actually, it's not that bad because you never know. All right, next number.
77.
Oh, gosh, we're on the front page again.
Oh, man.
I'm joking.
Oh.
77. Ooh, another L.A. Ram. Cornerback Tremaine Johnson, 26. After a solid 2014 campaign, Tremaine Johnson improved markedly and performed exceptionally well this past season. He completely erased some of the stud receivers he covered.
49ers.
Ooh, you're going out on a limb. And why the 49ers?
Because they need cornerback help.
But they need the offense first. I think because they're going to lose Jenkins, I think he stays in L.A. And it's kind of weird for me to write L.A. It was really weird just putting L.A. down.
It is. It
All
would be.
right. Who's your next guy? Or next number, I should say.
Where did it go? 31.
Gosh, another one on front. No, I'm joking. 31. Ooh, we're going to get... Oh, there's 31. Ooh, I don't know who this guy is. Maybe I do. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive tackle Kelvin Beckham, 27 years old. Beckham is a talented left tackle who would be rated a bit higher than this if he wasn't coming off a torn ACL that he sustained in mid-October. There's a chance he could be available for the 2016 opener, however. So he may miss the whole preseason.
Pittsburgh.
I like that. I might as well keep him. Why bring him back? I mean, why let him go if he's pretty dang good or at least okay? I mean, why get rid of him?
Yeah.
Might as well keep him. Pittsburgh going to keep a lot of guys, it looks like. Who you got?
5.
Oh, we are. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, here's a good one. Oh, I just might as well put yours down because I exactly know where yours is going to be. Wide receiver from the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, Minnesota.
Alshon Jeffrey is one of the top free agents on the market. He's a dynamic receiver who just entering his prime. He logged 1,133 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2014 despite working off a lethargic Jay Cutler. He posted a 54.8074 line in 2015 but played only 9 games because of various injuries. You are taking, of course, the Vikings.
Skull Vikings.
And that's a lot of money spent in 2 guys there because you've got 2 guys taking top 6. Woof. I was hoping this one wouldn't come up till Nick was here, but unfortunately you picked 5. I like it. I think Minnesota's gonna make a run. I have this gut feeling
If they release him.
Well, that's true. No, he's a free agent if they don't franchise tag him.
I think they would.
You don't know. My guess is if he doesn't get franchise tagged, my guess is, depending on the outcome of Kelvin Johnson, I'd say Detroit.
Ooh.
Because if Kelvin decides to retire, then they need a receiver. Well, you got a guy that's in his prime, Alshon Jeffrey, and they'll have the money. So I like Detroit.
That's cute.
But I like Minnesota, too. I think Minnesota's got that chance if they want to spend some money. I wish we would have done this when Nick was here.
34.
34. Hey, we don't got one on the front page. 30, 34. Maybe I should have just put these in order. No, because then that would have made it too easy for you. 30, 34. There's 34. Ooh, another wide receiver. Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Marvin Jones at 26. Save for the one season he missed. Marvin Jones has increased his numbers each year. He caught 65 passes for 816 yards in 2015. He's an adequate number 2 receiver with plenty of potential.
Okay. So hear me out here before you get any crazy ideas.
Oh God! Well, I don't know what you're saying now.
But
you just gonna put the Vikings on the map this entire free agent market?
No, but you look at it.
Might as well trade the draft picks.
No, quiet. What I'm saying is, depending on if Jeffrey does get released. If we swing and miss on him, then Mike Zimmer,
So you're taking Minnesota.
him or Detroit. I don't know.
I just don't know because I think they're going to keep him. I think Cincinnati's going to keep him. I think he goes back to Cincinnati. They need protection behind A.J. Green. I think he'll go back to Cincinnati.
Okay.
We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. Who are you taking now?
88.
Excuse me?
Oh, are we? You?
No, we're not
want
on
my
to the next one.
You want my for sure pick?
Yeah, I need a pick from you, man. Detroit or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Jeez. Well, folks, Minnesota's Super Bowl favorites at this point. 2 receivers and a cornerback, and we're about $50 million over the cap limit. What'd you say, 88?
Yep.
88. Ooh, not bad. That's not a bad one. Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback William Gay, 31 years old. Not that there's anything wrong with William Gay, but he struggled at the beginning of the 2015 campaign. He improved as the year progressed and was playing well to close out the season. Unfortunately, he turned 31 in early January.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Pittsburgh likes to keep their defense, so.
And their old defense.
Yeah, they do like their old defense. I'll go with that one with you. I like that. I'm actually going with Tyler, shockingly. Who's your next guy?
6.
6. 6 on the front page. I don't even see a 6. Where is 6? Well, maybe that is on the front page. Yes, it is. Ooh. One of the top ones, too.
Russell Okung?
No. Kansas City Chiefs safety, Eric Berry.
He gets
27 years old, arguably the number 1 overall free agent this spring. Eric Berry returned from cancer to serve as one of the top safeties in the NFL. He could be even better next year after having an entire offseason of practice time.
He gets franchise tagged and he stays with Kansas City.
You got that right. That's 100%. It don't matter if he doesn't get franchise tag.
He'll be signed.
He'll be going back to Kansas City. Andy Reid will make sure he don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So we agree totally on that. That was kind of an easy brainer. He won't go far.
No.
All right, who we got next?
26.
Geez, another one on the front page. Unbelievable. We're not even gonna. No, I'm joking. Actually, on the second page. Miami Dolphins defensive end Oliver Vernon, 25 years old. Oliver Vernon's stats didn't show it as he didn't even notch double-digit sacks, but he had a fantastic 2015 campaign, both in terms of rushing the passer and helping out against the run. Just 26 in October, Vernon has a bright future ahead of him.
He's going to get a $50 million contract. Depending on if Sue restructures his contract, I see Vernon going back to Miami. But if he doesn't,
I absolutely agree with you. No matter what, I think they got to keep that defense.
But if he doesn't, New England. But I'm gonna go Miami.
I like Miami, and I don't see New England exactly pushing for him. But I like Miami just because they need to keep that defense.
True.
They need to keep as much of that defense as they can. All right, next number.
59.
Jeez, we're on the same page. There's a 58. There's 59. Ooh, not a bad one. Not a bad. Seattle Seahawks defensive end / offensive or outside linebacker Bruce Irvin at 28 years old. Bruce Irvin never became the dominant player the Seahawks thought they were getting in the first round. He has been inconsistent and doesn't really excel at anything. However, Irvin is a solid player with no weaknesses in his game.
Seattle.
You like Seattle. This is one I'm going to disagree with you on. He wanted to leave last year.
True.
I'm going to Atlanta. He's going to go to where his old former
defensive
coordinator was. Now the head coach over in Atlanta.
Dan Quinn,
yep. He wanted to go there last year. Didn't get traded. I think Atlanta.
I guess I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Can I change?
T-Wolves won 124 to 122.
All right.
Karl Anthony Towns had 28 points, 13 rebounds. Pretty good day. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Number 30, whenever you find it.
Whenever I find the front page. Number 30, you said?
Yep.
At least it's not one on the front page. Number 30. 30. Gosh, you got some bad number ramming. 31. There's 32. 34. Where the heck is 30? I can't find 30. Where did 30 go? I want to go back. No, it's not on the front page. Is it on the second page? Or is that one of the ones I didn't write down? Maybe I didn't write down 30. Yeah, I don't think I wrote down 30.
Well, then what about 27?
No, 30 will be on there. You can use 27 for the next one. 30 will just be the asterisk that I put on there because I didn't know which number, so that's 30. I knew I lost one because I was out truck. So the asterisk is San Francisco 49ers guard Alex Boone.
49ers.
29 years old. Alex Boone is coming off a down year, but which Niner isn't? Boone is one of the better interior linemen in the NFL, and he'll be only 29 in May, so he still has at least 4 years of high productivity remaining. I say they need to keep him. I think we both agree. Because you got to keep him. All right, what'd you say?
27.
27. Same page. Ooh. New York Giants defensive end Robert Ayers. 30 years old. Ayers is coming off his best season yet, notching 9 sacks in just 12 games and being very forceful in run support. He would be a 4-star player if it wasn't for his age, 31 on September 6th. But he should still have 2 strong years remaining in the tank.
L.A. Rams to replace Chris Long.
Ooh.
Go back to, well, not St. Louis, but go back to the team that he once played for.
Ooh, I think the Giants keep him. This could be a year a lot of guys stay, I think. That's just my opinion.
36.
30. How many have we done? 3.
We'll find out
6,
soon enough.
9. 12. 15. We've done 15 of them.
Wow.
We'll do 30 because we'll make sure we do.
If
2
we
weeks
get to that.
Wow, it's only, no, it is 9:44, so. All right, which number did you say?
36.
36. Well, at least we're not doing many of the top ones. We've done 3 of those. 30, 36, 36, 36, 36. Can't even see. There, no, that's 86. Where the heck- Oh, there's 30. Well, we did 36 already.
Oh, did we?
Yep.
78.
78. Lucky number 78. 78. Bingo. Oh, here we go. Denver Broncos inside linebacker Danny Trevathan. He didn't play all 3 downs most of the time this season, but only because Brandon Marshall is so great. Trevathan could have easily done this as he had a great season Wade Phillips system.
Cleveland Browns.
Woo! The Cleveland Browns. And why do you think
They need
Cleveland?
linebacker and defense help.
Oh, they need a lot more. They need a lot of help. I just don't know. I think,
There's no way Denver resigns
no,
him.
I don't think Denver's going to resign. I think Seattle. They need their linebacker. I think Seattle can go get another linebacker. It might help them. Next number 4.
70.
7-0. 70, 77.
Under another 70.
Oh, 75. Oh, 75. Oh, there's 70. Ooh, here. This one's interesting. Detroit Lions nose tackle Haloti Ngata.
He'll go back to Detroit.
Wow, that's pretty much what they've said. He's said he was tempting retirement, but he was going to go back to Detroit. So that one, pretty much we'll both go to Detroit because that's what's going to end up happening. I don't see in any forcible place else where he'd go anyways.
24.
Oh, my. 24. 24. Good number. Denver Broncos defensive end and outside linebacker Von Miller.
Denver.
You think Denver? You're going with
As
Denver.
much as I want to say who I've said a couple times already, but
Who have you said?
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're saying Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota will not get him. Far
No.
from it. Minnesota's already, wave you going, Minnesota's already about $50 million over the cap space already.
Not really.
Oh, yes. So you say Denver. I'm going to say Denver's going to get in a bidding war and they're going to lose.
What?
Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to spend money. They got a good offense. They're going to spend some money, get a brand new head coach, spend some money. They're going to go out and give him a $150, $160, $70 million deal. Pop out over Denver. He's going to Jacksonville.
Wow.
I'm throwing it out, Jacksonville. I'm going upset with Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jeez, we've done the top two guys already, man. We might do the whole first page before Nick gets back here.
36.
Jeez, another one up there. No, 36. Didn't we do 36? I don't recall. I can't remember. There's been so many numbers we've gone through. My head's starting to hurt with numbers. 35. There's 30. 36, yes. We already did 30. You've said 36 twice now.
41.
41 sounds like we haven't done 41. 41. Oh, look at that. We've done the top three.
Wow.
Cornerback from the Carolina Panthers,
Josh
Josh Norman.
Stays
Norman's gets a ton of hype as one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. There's no denying that he's great, as he's excellent in coverage, but he has some tackling issues. Having said that, Deion Sanders also struggled to tackle, so it's not the worst weakness for a corner to have.
Stays in Carolina.
You're not going out on a limb? So you're going with chalk. You're just chalking all three top guys are going to sign the same.
Yeah.
Actually, top. No, we didn't go top. We've done the top four guys.
Wow.
We get the number 5 guy. We didn't do the top 5. I don't know. I just don't know who would get in a bidding war. That's the question. I haven't really saw many teams. I'm trying to think teams that need corners that would look at him.
Minnesota Jets.
Oh, good Lord! Stop
No,
saying
I'm
Minnesota.
not. I'm saying corner help. Minnesota Jets.
Jets don't have cap.
They don't.
No,
I
they're
haven't
not even
looked at their cap space.
No, they don't have cap. They don't have much cap. I just don't see. I think I got to go with you. I just don't. Unless something else pops up within the next, couple. While free agency doesn't start till, I believe, next week, if I recall.
Something like that.
So-
March 12th.
Oh, no, because a couple of weeks.
Is it March 12th?
Yeah, it's like 9th or something like that. After my birthday. I think it's the day after my birthday. But, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a question because does somebody can and a lot of weird things happen in free agency, and we've seen that over the last how many years.
Sue going to
Brett
Miami.
Favre coming to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything is possible. I'm just trying to think of a team that would take. I mean, maybe in Atlanta,
Maybe.
New Orleans. Well, New Orleans doesn't have the cap really. Seattle, no. Arizona, no. San Francisco, maybe. NFC North, I don't see anybody going out there. AFC North, I don't see anybody trying to, unless Cleveland goes out and tries to do something. I just don't see anybody. I got to stay with Carolina. I think Carolina really wants to keep Norman. That's I think final, unless something happens, which you never know.
Yeah.
All right, who you got next?
Lucky number contestant 1.
Number one. Oh, I remember number 1. Put it on the third page. I thought I did. Maybe not. I remember. Oh, there's number 1. Ah, look at that. Another L.A. Ram.
Chris Long?
L.A. Ram defensive end, William Hayes. Actually, none of those are on here because this is, I think, a little older. What happened?
Nothing.
Something did. What happened?
You'll find out soon enough.
Oh, my. I don't want to know now. All right, so William Hayes. Everyone knows about Robert Quinn, Aaron Donald, and Chris Long. Well, Chris Long's gone now. But William Hayes has been a solid player on St. Louis's defensive front. That's what they have in here. So it's L.A. Rams defensive front as well. Hayes gets solid pressure on opposing quarterbacks and even happens to be better in run support. Unfortunately, he turns 31 in May, so he doesn't have many strong seasons remaining.
Rams.
You say Rams?
I was going to say Rams and not L.A. or St. Louis or...
L.A. Rams. I could see New England, maybe. I'm going New England. And then we know with, what's his name retiring, that hurts. So they need a defensive end.
Oh, just so you know, absurd statement, buddy.
Me?
Yep.
I never said anything.
Von Miller to the Jags.
Who said that, Matt?
Matt.
Well, Matt doesn't watch ESPN, does he? Matt, if you're listening, learn to watch ESPN. They say it. Not lying. I don't just throw that out, man. I watch stuff. But I'm just saying. They got money to spend. They've been talking about it. It's not an absurd statement either. And if I have to call, I will call onto his show.
64.
Oh, well, that's right. I haven't said who I said. Oh, yeah, I said New England. Out of the limb. 64? 64 is done. No, I'm joking. I actually don't even remember where I put 64.
Matt says he's signing back with Denver. No doubt. No questions asked. Nothing.
Well, that's his problem. I still think Jacksonville will make a run at him. But there's 60. Ooh, we got our first Viking. Minnesota Viking guard, Mike Harris.
You know, he was underrated.
Harris had never been full-time starter before 15. He took advantage of the opportunity and ran. Blocked. ? With it. The Vikings slid him inside to guard after he was stationed at tackle for the first 3 years of his career, and he was exceptional in all regards.
You know, he was underrated this year. Nobody really talked about him, but he actually held his own. So I'm going to say with us being offensive line help, he's going to stick around.
You're absolutely correct. He's going to stick around. I like Minnesota because, well, he's a Minnesota guy, and they need offensive line help, just like you said. Absolutely. I think he's the only Minnesota guy on here, if I recall right seeing.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is before Mike Wallace was released.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is before that. So.
Number 2.
Numero dos. Yeah, interesting. Don't know the guy. Nose tackle for the New York Jets, Damian Harrison, 27 years old. Damian Snacks Harrison is one of the top run stuffers in the NFL. He doesn't get much pressure on the quarterback, but that's not what he's asked to do. The Jets were extremely difficult to run against again because of Snacks.
Jets, Jets.
They don't have much cap, but I think they'll be able to bring him in.
53, buddy, 53.
What time is it? We got 9:54. I think we're going to end it there after this one. Because, well, we need to have some for Nick to say.
Yeah.
If we don't say any for Nick, I mean, that might be a disappointment. Oopsies, I spelled it New Jersey Jets. I went NJY instead of NYJ. What'd you say, 53?
Yep.
Lucky number 53. 53. I don't see a 53. Where is 53? Oh, there's 50. Ooh. This one was in the news here today, too. Wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns, Travis Benjamin at 26. Benjamin entered the season as more situational deep threat. He blossomed, however, emerging as a viable number 2 receiving option.
Who?
Travis Benjamin.
He stays with Cleveland.
You got that. They're already saying it, so. That was as of tonight. They said they're working on a deal, so I think he's going to stay with Cleveland. Did you want to do one more?
No, I think we might as well keep it.
Keep it. I don't even know how many. We did quite a few.
And we add them up.
We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the front page to go. We did 5. We have 6 left. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24, not bad. We almost got the 30. Quite a bit of quite a few of them. Well, with only 2 of us, it would take a little more time if we had 3 of us here.
It would.
I wish Matt was listening though, because I'd tell him why. And I mean, I know it may seem weird that I throw out Jacksonville, but they've been all over the news that Jacksonville's willing to throw out money for him.
Yeah.
If they throw enough money, and Von Miller, remember, said it's more about the money.
True.
That's the key. That it's more about the money than the playing in that. So, I mean, if it comes down to that, it's going to be interesting to see. And we'll continue to be watching all this and over the next coming weeks when we're looking at everything. So, yeah, anything else you want to talk about quick?
Just about that the NFL.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
The whole ordeal with. I'm gonna try to see if I can't pull it up here.
Oh, ordeal with the NFL. Well, they're always in trouble. What else can they be more in trouble about?
It says the NFL withheld millions in shared revenue from players. Pulling it up here.
I wonder why Roger Goodell makes all the money now.
The NFL reportedly kept significant money from the NFL Players Association, citing furtherman Frank Schwab that arbitrator Stephen Burbank ruled last week that the NFL withheld $120 million in ticket revenue from a shared pool, which the report said kept about $50 million in salary from players.
Unbelievable.
He then reported the dispute came from a provision in the collective bargaining agreement that allows teams to exclude money from their shared pool for personal seat license, premium seating, and naming rights to the stadium.
Wow. Roger Goodell, learn to stop being in trouble, please. You're acting like Johnny Football now.
But while this is not a significant amount, but the NFL will be adding $1.5 million to each NFL team salary cap, and it is helpful timing for squads looking to make additions when free agency starts at 4 p.m. Eastern on March 9th.
No, so it was March 9th. That's what I figured, it was March 9th. I thought so. I knew it was a day after. Everything's after my birthday. Great birthday.
What do you mean everything?
Everything starts afterwards. Baseball, free agency, life.
True.
Life starts after my birthday.
Okay. I agree with you. Just because I don't want to argue?
Oh, you don't want to? Now you don't want to argue.
Yep, because I'm the better person.
You're the better person. Yeah, Matt's sure not the better person when he's yelling at me. He needs to learn not to yell.
When did he yell at you?
He's saying that it's absurd that I say that. How is that absurd? It's not absurd.
I don't know.
Jacksonville's got the money, and if they're willing to throw down the money for Von Miller and he wants money, hey, why not?
Yeah, but sorry,
It's
but
not-
it ain't going to happen.
Hey, I'm saying it's a possibility. I went off on a limb. I could have said Denver and, went the plane, but that's what I've been hearing is Jacksonville wants to throw out money.
Yeah, but we'll see.
It can't be as bad as you say Minnesota every free agent pretty much. Well, we got 40 seconds. Got anything
40
else you want to throw in before we end this? I mean, it was bad we didn't get to have Nick here.
Go Gophers.
Yeah, upset. You had the upset against Maryland. You had Rachel Banham hitting a game-winning three, and she just broke the Big Ten record in points. The Gophers held, of course, the Winter Classic with the Wild dominated 6-1 over the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's interesting. Big coach hire. I didn't think it was going to do any help bringing a guy from the AHL.
Oh gosh, the guy won a Stanley Cup ring.
Yeah,
Chicago.
but as an assistant coach.
Who
Come
cares?
on.
Don't matter. But it was a great game. I enjoyed watching it actually. So
I did too.
it's fun to watch. And the Blackhawks lost, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
Well, that'll do it for this evening here on Sports Live. We'll be back again next week before we head on spring break after that, and we'll have plenty more to talk about. And I'm guessing Tyler will have more for Twins Weekly. We'll have hopefully Nick back, so we'll have much more to talk about. You've been listening to Sports Live on Mustang Radio.